It might sound cliche, but the hammer truly is the weapon that is simple to use and hard to master. It is the king of hit and run and can smash horns off monsters, exhaust them to a slobbering mess, and the feeling of smashing in a monster's face is the single most satisfying thing you can have in Monster Hunter World. I truly believe that learning how to use the hammer and learning positioning of monsters will make you a better hunter overall no matter what weapon you're using. Welcome to my tutorial on the hammer. Okay, let's start out with the basics, which is going over our attacks. We'll start with the draw attack. Just while you're running, press the triangle button. This will just perform a standard swing, just a nice little whap against the face of the monster. We can follow it up with triangle to do a 2-hit combo here. Let's see what that looks like. This is a little back swing. Really, this is just the intro to our standard combo, which you'll see listed below, which is triangle, triangle, triangle. Let's see what that looks like. We're just going to press triangle once while we're idle. It's called the Overhead Smash 1. It's pretty powerful actually, it does quite a lot of KO. Press it again, we do a weaker Overhead Smash 2, which of course leads into our finale, which we like to call the home run, or as the game calls it, the upswing. This does massive KO damage and it's definitely good for knocking out and stunning monsters. We can link all these together as one huge combo if we want to. We have one more triangle attack. If we have forward input on our analog stick and press triangle, we'll do this side smash. This is very good for keeping yourself sort of stopped in position so you can go right into this combo. It does sort of act as a replacement for the overhead smash 1, so make sure if you do this that you're going to hit the upswing, because overall, by skipping that overhead smash 1 and substituting it for the smash, you're really losing out on some of the damage. But it is great if you don't have a lot of time, because this is that standard combo. It does take longer to do than just starting off with the side smack. The circle button has a very easy to perform combo. It is called the Big Bang. Just hit the circle button and you'll start the combo. Note that when you do this though, you are committed. Hit that and you just, your hunter just stops. So you have to follow through with the next hit by hitting the monster. We have Big Bang 2. Let's try Big Bang 3. 2, 3. This does consecutively more KO damage and more damage as you go along down the combo. 4. Oh, I'm sure you wanted me to hit that, but here is the full combo. 3, 4. Feels so good. Bam. A huge finisher. I will show practical use at the end of this tutorial where we go over the moves, but basically this is what you want to be doing to smash in the head of a monster that may be fallen. So if you KO or knock over a monster, smash its head in with the Big Bang combo. While not really a combo in my book, it is worth noting that you can go into the Big Bang from a variety of the different triangle moves. So if you ever do see the opening, go ahead and start the Big Bang combo if you're confident you can make it to the end. Okay, those moves are simple enough. Now let's talk about the major mechanic, which is charging your hammer. Hold down the R2 button and you will start to go into a charge. You can move around as you do it, and there are 3 levels of charge. Each will give you a different attack. Look on the upper left hand side of the screen. My stamina is going down as I charge, but this is significantly less than it's ever been in the series before. Where it used to be you had to sort of concern yourself with how much stamina you had. At this point the cost is minimal at most. You can roll out of a charge, so if you're charging for a hit and you notice the monster's coming at you, you can roll out. Let's see the attacks. This is R1 and release, so this is just level 1. This is the charged side blow. You can follow this up with the triangle button to do the follow up charge up and then go right into your triple hit. Or if you want, you can press the circle button afterwards to do the side smash. It's a little bit faster way to get to that home run, but not as much damage as just going triangle, triangle, triangle. Okay, so again, that was the level 1 charge. If we hold it like this and release, we get the charge side blow. Let's do a level 2 charge. It does this wonderful charged upswing where you'll move forward and you'll do this grand big uppercut. This is really good for KOing monsters because it does reach the head very good and it has a lot of KO damage as well. The cool thing with this one is you can go right into the side smash and into your combo, and you don't even have to be moving to get that forward momentum. You can do it idle and your hunter will still move forward. Of course I whiffed. Good move. Now let's check out level 3. There are 2 variations, one if idle and one if moving. If we're idle, we'll just do this nice wind up and slam. This is really great if you know the monster is about to turn around and move its head towards you. Just charge up, get into place, stop and release, and boom. Very similar to the same move from the hunting horn. The other one is if you have forward input on your analog stick, you will start doing the spin here. Okay, let's go over the different finishers that we can do. First, let's do it with just one swing charge here. Let's go one, stop, and you can go straight into the spinning follow-up and into your overhead smash. Very good if you start the attack and realize the monster is not going to move. If we release anywhere after 2 to 3 different hits, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, boom! We get the spinning strong upswing, which is the awesome finisher that has huge KO. Do be careful though, if you spin more than 5 times, you will sort of time out, so you definitely want to do the finisher before that. Here's what that looks like. Now, of course, this is being a very wide-reaching move. You do want to be careful about using this online because you will hit players around you, so I don't really recommend using it so much. And of course, like any other weapon, we have jump attacks and slide attacks. We can charge in the air if we want to, which is very nice. If we're already in a charge, we can jump off and get either the charged level 1, 2, or 3 jumping hit. Now, the hits from the hammer from the air have huge mounting damage. I think it's because the weapon is so large and heavy that they set it that way so that the hammer, if you're coming from above, has tons of mount damage. You're almost always going to be almost instant mount a monster if you do this just the first time. Now, we do have our sliding, which we have a few different things we can do. We can hold R2 and go straight into a charge. If you notice, we were sliding while we were charging. Hint, hint. I'll show you what that's all about. So like other weapons that can charge, you will initiate the slide while you're charging. This is great. If you just press the triangle button here, we'll do a jump attack. Very nice, and has a huge hit radius. We can press the circle button to go into a power charge, which I'll cover right after this, so just keep that fresh in your memory. And the funnest move by far is to simply just release the input. Watch what happens. You go down, just release, and woo! Does lots of hits and has a nice finisher on there, and you can even go straight into a combo as well. This is an incredibly fun move to do if you are in an area with an incline or in Nergigante's playground, which I'll show off a little bit later. Very fun. Okay, in Monster Hunter World, they're introducing a new mechanic which is called the power charge. Hit the circle button while you're charging, and you'll notice now that my hammer is glowing. It'll be glowing for quite some time actually, and it will stay that way until I get hit, or if I put my weapon away. That includes getting hit by a teammate or a monster, so make sure that you pay good attention. But it only takes a second to charge your hammer. Literally, you can just tap it. You don't have to be charged up to like level 3 or anything like that, and you'll charge it up. I do recommend that you go into sheath settings if you're playing hammer and change it to manual, because if the monster starts to go away and your hunter just decides to put away their weapon, it will get rid of your charge, which is kind of annoying. You almost always want to be in a powered state, because here is the damage output on my normal triple attack here. Let's check it out with a charged hammer, and you'll notice it does have slightly increased attack power. It also has slightly increased KO power as well, so you will KO monsters faster if you hit them in the head with this weapon with a charged state. Another cool feature is some new moves. So after that release right after charge level 1, so to say, just like the default, if you press the triangle button, you do this really powerful left hook. This is called the charged follow-up, and it is like double the damage, if not more, than the regular attack. Right there, boom! Yeah, so look at this damage output. I'm going to put away my weapon really fast, put it back out. I lost my charge. I'll show you what that looks like here. It's just a little 33 damage charged follow-up. Now let's do it here. Boom! 77. And that's not the only attack to get charged up as well. Let's check out level 2. Boom, we get the charged brutal upswing. This is pretty much the same attack as the other kind of running uppercut, but it does more damage and KO than it normally would. The exact same thing goes for the spinning finisher here. We get the strong upswing instead of just a normal upswing. And the level 3 idle also gets powered up as well if we hold it and release. Boom! We get the brutal big bang. Let's see what that looks like if I'm up close. You can see all the different hits. Yeah, so 3 hits, very good instead of the 2 from the other one, and of course they are more powerful. And that's not the only thing to get buffed up. All the jump attacks and the spin attacks also get buffed if you're doing a power charge ahead of time, which is great. You see you get the nice strong upswings and finishers, so basically everything gets upgraded. It's a good way of thinking about it. So definitely try to just tap that circle button and upgrade anytime that you notice that you don't have a charge. The power charge also has one really nice feature. If you notice, some attacks here have super armor, which means I won't get interrupted during the finishers of my charge attacks. But normal attacks, I can get knocked out of them by teammates, and trust me, it happens a lot. Oh, it's so annoying. Please, if you're playing with other players, and this goes not just for hammer but any weapon, be careful of where you're hitting, because if you knock people out of attacks, it's really frustrating. The power charge, however, will make you flinch free in the middle of a charge or an attack. Of course, not in between them, so you have to be careful still, but if I'm in the middle of a charge or an attack, no matter how many times a teammate tries to hit me like this, it's not going to work. Check this out. Oh. The Lancer cannot hit me for the life of him. Ha ha ha. This protects you from all sorts of random players just going around trying to smack you, but again, this only works in the middle of a charge or an attack, but still is a very nice bonus. Huge shout out and thank you to Magus here for helping me show that off. One final note here, and this is especially true for weapons that can charge, like greatsword or bow or anything like that. If you ever see these mushrooms or certain things like this, it means that you can run up it if you are either hitting the run button or if you're charging. If you run up it and release, you'll do that attack. Whammo! This makes it very fun to be jumping around the special arena or even Nergigante's playground. Again, you can just be have your weapon away and run up a bit and you'll jump up. Or if you want, if you're charging already, you can go and do this slide sort of spin. So believe it or not, that covers all the moves. This truly is a weapon that is simple to use but hard to master. So I want to show you some of the techniques and sort of the mentality of playing the weapon in real hunts. So let's go over to that. But really, what I want you to focus on here is that the weapon is very much what we call in Japanese a hit and away weapon. So you're going to be charging, look for an opening, go in there, smack him. If he stops, you're going to continue with a combo and punish them. But you're basically just going to hit, get out, and be very careful in that way. So here again, the first mount, you're probably going to get on your first jump attack because it's just so much mounting damage. You do get a charged attack if you mount a monster. You can actually hold that to a level 3 charge. Very good. The monster is down. If someone else downed it or if you have the time, definitely go for the big bang. But if you don't, just go for your standard combo. It's got huge KO and damage output, and I think you'll do just fine. Again, that left hook, just, oh, you only get that during the charged hammer. Boy, does it do damage. They timed it out so that when a monster is down, it gives you exactly enough time to pull off the entire Big Bang combo. I know that they probably had this in mind when they made the move, so make sure you use it. But again, very much a hit and away weapon. This is another reason why I don't recommend using skills like Focus, which charges your hammer faster, because it'll sort of skip past charge level 2 and go straight to level 3, and you may not want that because you want to control the level charges that you do. One cool thing about the power charge is you can do it at any time, even if you have a charged up hammer. So if you ever charge past level 3, you can just tap circle to go back and do another power charge and reset it back to charge level 1, allowing you to get access to that uppercut whenever you want. Here's me charging up. This is definitely the most satisfying weapon I've played so far in the game. It just feels so good. Another quick note that I want you to know is that when you draw your hammer R2, you can actually press R2 and circle at the same time, and you'll draw into a power charge, which is really good because if you have your weapon away, of course, you're not charged up, so it does allow you to do that. Very satisfying weapon indeed. Again, if you get the opportunity, definitely take advantage of that awesome spinning attack from the environment. It will do a lot of damage and make you very strong. But KOing monsters is great. Now, I will mention that online they really buff the KO thresholds for monsters, so you kind of need KO level 3, the armor skill, if you want to really enjoy playing hammer online. But for solo play, man, monsters get exhausted and KO'd and stunned left and right. You'll be shocked at how powerful this weapon is for solo play. Monster like Rathian or like Nergigante, which after, if you're standing behind them, you know they'll turn around, go ahead and use that level 3 and you can definitely surprise them with a nice head smash every time. The horns just fly off this guy when you're playing hammer, I tell you. One great thing about the level 2 and 3 finishers for the hammer is that they have a thing called Mind's Eye, which means they will never bounce off. Of course, this is because you have a big, hefty hammer, but even monsters like Black Diablos, no. You're not bouncing off. Even if you have green sharpness, you're going to hit them and you're going to break stuff. So very good if you're going up against a monster that is very tough. Now, while the hammer has higher KO values and the horn has better exhaust values, they both can do both of those abilities. So the more you hit a monster with the hammer, the more they'll become exhausted or lose stamina. And when that happens, a monster gets really slow, they start to drool from the mouth. Basically, it's free hits for days. So honestly, I consider that a killer feature of the blunt weapons, which is the hammer and the hunting horn. So definitely check them out. I think you'll find it really funny and be like, why is this monster so easy all of a sudden? Well, that's because you're whapping in the face with a very heavy, hard, blunt object. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. The hammer is very easy to use, hard to master because you sort of have to pay attention to where the face of the monster is at all times, but I do honestly believe that playing the hammer will make you a better monster hunter in general, because really being able to pay attention to weak spots and positioning, how the monster reacts after every move, these are all things that are going to translate into every other weapon. So I definitely think hammer, highly recommended for anybody looking to get very deep in the game. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, happy hammering.